have a shake off back into the space, wriggle off through the arms and the legs. Just let your body arrive. Great. And then we're going to inhale and shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, soften and sigh them down. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, soften, sigh them down. Then we're going to inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. So you just got to imagine they're there. Exhale, push down in front of you like you're pushing a big button. Cross your arms. Inhale as if you're peeling a big jumper off. And exhale and push the ceiling away. Inhale here. Exhale, you're going to round and contract over a massive beach ball. The abdominals draw back a little bit, soft bend in the knees. Shake out through the arms and unroll, unravel all the way up to standing. Take that again. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to push down. Inhale, take a big jumper off. Exhale, push the ceiling away. Inhale here. Exhale, hug round, contract over a massive beach ball. Relax the arms and unroll all the way up to standing. As you come up, let your arms come above your head. You're going to soften in your knees, so you're going to imagine my arms are really straight above me. Take a hold of your right wrist and yawn and reach over to your left. Good. Stand into the feet, let the arms sweep back up. Soften in the knees, take a hold of the left wrist and reach over to the right. Back through to center. Have a little shake off there. We're going to come and stand with a soft bend in the knees just to keep the hips square and level. Arms come up above your head, and then your right arm is going to go forward, your left arm is going to go back. So you're going to do a standing spine twist. And we keep the knees soft because we could easily just swing out through the hips. Then both arms come back up above your head and you switch. Left arm forward, right arm back. You might look at the back hand. And up. And switch again. Standing spine twist. Good. And switch. Standing spine twist. Nice. And up. Then you can crease and fold in concertina all the way down into a bit of a roll down. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Let the head, the neck, the jaw relax. And here we're going to take a little hold of either elbow and have a little sway side to side. Notice your head relaxes a little bit more here. And then when you're ready, you're going to sweep out. Keep a hold of those elbows. Sweep out over your right leg and come up the right side of the body. Go up and overhead like a little sunflower. Soft bend in the knees. Go down the left side of the body. And this just accesses your QLs, your quadratus lumborum, which can get a little bit tight. And then into the middle. And then sweep out over the left leg. Push into the floor. Come up nice and tall. Arms go up and overhead. And then down through the right side of the body again. Just hanging out in any areas that need your attention. Come back through to center. Relax the arms and unroll all the way up to standing. Feet push down, pelvis comes back in underneath you, spine cascades back into place. Have a little shake here. We come to stand with your feet in parallel. And we're just going to bend and soften in the knees, taking your half squat. We keep your gaze, your eye line, your chest tall. We take the weight back into the heels. And this is not a knee bend, this is checking the dorsiflexion of your ankle. Really vital for posture, walking, and really important for runners. And then you can pad through the feet, big toe joint and second toe especially. So be careful of rolling out or sickling the ankle. Push, and just have a little check in. Nice. Then from here, you're going to go to the back of your mat, back of your runway, towel, floor, whatever you're using. You're going to inhale to lengthen. Exhale and soften the chin. Slide your breastbone, roll your ribs back up behind you. Just checking the screen. And take a roll down. Can you get your hands to the floor? You might need to bend your knees a little bit more. And can you walk out into a plank position? Crown of the head away from your heels. Hands in underneath your shoulders, wide splayed hands. And in a plank, your weight is actually back in your feet. More weight in your legs will make it easier to hold here for longer. Don't be pushing forward into your wrists. Push back into your heels. Good. We soften the knees. Keep the toes tucked if you can. And sit back over your heels. Into a little bit of a child's pose position, but it's just a little yawn for the hips and the feet. Then round back up and we come into all fours, your quadruped position. Hands in underneath your shoulders. Knees in underneath your hips. Lovely. And then you can take your cat-cow wriggle here, pressing the floor away, rounding your spine, nose to pubic bone. Open your sitting bones, allow your spine to undulate through. Taking your time, relax your jaw. Use the floor, it's your prop, so use the mat. Press the front of your feet, your shins into the floor. And then come to tabletop, and we like to have a little tail wag here, so take a peek over your right shoulder to your right hip, left shoulder to your left hip, just having a little wriggle through. And any little wriggles that you need in between, of course. Good. Quite important to us in Pilates is your hip mobility. So you're just going to come and sit in the middle of your mat, feet out wide. I'll come back a little bit. And your hands can come back to support you as you drop the knees to the right and the left. Now as you do this, one thigh is going internal rotation, one's going external rotation. But the body itself is staying quite upright and tall and long. And you're having to find range in the hip joint. Good, then we're just going to do a hip mobility drill. You're going to send your legs out in front of you. This is your long sit. So trying to sit as tall as you can. Then you can open the legs a little bit. This is seated hip abduction. Sometimes that's a bit more comfortable. Then you can bring the soles of your feet together, come into your diamond. Sometimes that's way more comfortable for everybody. Then we can check in, crossing your legs and sitting tall. Then we can change the crossing because we've all got a preference. We've all got a favorite. Lovely. Legs can go back out. I'm battling with the sunshine today. Then your right leg comes in front and your left leg goes back behind you. This is your Z sit. It's not always level, it's not always comfortable on both sides, but it is something we explore quite a lot for hip mobility. And you can have a little roll off, opening through the hip, your standing leg, crease and fold, sit back down. And then we want to switch. How would it feel to bring your left leg in front and your right leg back behind you, which is obviously my happier Z sit to be in. It's the one I'm always in. And again, you can yawn open through the hip. And when we spend longer in that hip mobility, we come up and down. The happier your hips are, the happier your lower back is going to be. So always think above and below the area that's giving you a little bit of a niggle. Move what's above, move what's below. Great, and then we can have a little shake off. And then we're just going to take you to lie on your back briefly and put yourself into a bridge. So come to lie down on your back, maybe hug your knees in towards your chest, have a little shake off here. Your feet are going to come down onto your mat. Your legs are parallel, arms by your side. We're just going to check your bridge. So you might inhale here on the mat. Exhale, push down into your feet. And notice as you press your feet into the floor, your pelvis might take a little tilt. Belly button back towards the spine. And then you're going to reach your knees out over your toes. And you want your ribs to stay soft. So I don't need you coming up into a high bridge like in yoga. I want you to soften your ribs down and be a long, level ski slope. Good. And then exhale and lay yourself all the way down through your ribs, your mid, your lower back, sitting bones open. Inhale here on the mat. Exhale, stand down into the feet. Big tilt to the pelvis. Reach the knees out over the toes. They're really nosy. They really want to see what's out over beyond your toes. The weight again is in your feet, not shoved up into your shoulders. And then soften and lay yourself all the way back down. Good. Let the legs glue together and have a little windscreen wiper of the legs side to side. and use one of those knee drops to the side to come up to seated. Fab. So that would be my normal warm-up in a Pilates class. Then once we've got you on the floor, we can take you into other exercises. And some of those exercises are going to be in the next session, which is your Pilates HIIT. So I'm going to bring you up to standing and have a little shake off through the body again. For Pilates HIIT, we set a timer for each session, and we're just going to set it for 45 seconds for each exercise. I'll keep an eye on the time, and I'll read out the exercises as we go, and I'll also demo some of them with you. So we'll take them as they come, because it's a nice way to quickly learn repertoire. So you're going to come to stand at the back of your mat, and you're going to take a roll down out into what we call a push-up. So this is the classical Pilates push-up. So you can come with me. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, soften the chin. Slide the breastbone, roll the ribs. You take a roll down. We want to walk our hands out into a plank in 3 swift movements. So we have to go 1, 2, 3, and we're into plank. Now you can take any push-up or press-up of your choice. I might soften my knees down today, widen through my collarbones, hug the bottom ribs back, bend the elbows back behind me, and then press the floor away. Then kick the heels away to come into plank. You hip hinge into an inverted V and walk the hands back again for 3, 1, 2, and on that last one there's usually a bend in the knees to get your heels down, and then you unroll. And that is the Pilates push-up. It's the roll down and out as well. So we're going to spend 45 seconds doing as many of those as we can, but it's not about quantity, it's about the quality. So if we do 3 beautiful ones, that's great. So 45 seconds on the clock, and off we go. So we soften the chin, roll down through the spine, hands come out, walk it out, 1, 2, 3. Take your push-up, press-up of your choice. Oh, I went full, sometimes that happens. Hip hinge, send those sitting bones up, walk your hands back, 1, 2, 3, and unroll. Delay your head, relax the jaw. We roll straight back down. Walk out into plank. Soften your knees down if you want to. Take your push-up. Good. Hip hinge. Walk your hands back. 1, 2, 3, and unroll. And we get one more in. We've got 6 seconds. Nothing like a little timer. Walk yourself out. Push-up, press-up of your choice. Good. Hip hinge. Walk your hands back. 1, 2, 3, and unroll all the way up. Fabulous. Next one's a little bit more chilled. We're going to roll down, come into all fours, and then again come back to sit in the middle of our mat. Ideally cross-legged or diamond or legs like this. We want your pelvis to be balanced. We want symmetry throughout the body, the lower half especially. We're just going to do some lateral flexion, side bend. So I'm going to set the timer straight away. You're going to sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale here, exhale, soften, and take a big yawning side bend over to the left. Now this left shoulder, left elbow softens and drops away. You're fanning open through those ribs. Good. Then we inhale to spring up, and we're going to sweep the left arm forward now and go up and over. So that was just setting the arm, sending it forward. On the next few, we will just let it rise from the side. Inhale, center, exhale, soften, side bend. But not everybody's got this lateral range. So if you've got a rotator cuff injury or any shoulder niggle, always sweep forward in an arm arc and then take it. And then come back over, left arm reaches, left ribs fan open, pelvis is heavy. Good, we come back through to center, have a little shake out there. Then we're going to come back through and lie down on your back. So you can lower yourself down into the floor, feet come into parallel, and we're going to take our bridges, but with single leg lifts. Excuse me. So we're going to stand down into the feet, take a big exhale and peel yourself up off the mat and reach your knees out over your toes. Push your left foot into the floor and float your right leg up to this tabletop 90-90 position. Put the right foot back down and then pick up the left. Good. Put the left foot back down, stay in bridge, and then lower yourself all the way back down. 45 seconds on the clock. Includes us getting into the bridge, off we go. So we stand down into the feet, big exhale, reach the knees out over the toes. Let your arms support you a little bit. Push your left foot into the floor to let your right leg float up. Good. Right foot comes down, it stands into the floor, so the left leg is lighter. Good. Left foot comes down, right leg floats up. Right foot pushes into the floor, left leg. So you're going for a little walk now on the spot. Think about the physics of this and how the body loves opposition. As one thing goes down and presses down, the other one can float up with ease. And your shoulders are down and your head is heavy and the foot is pushing down. So the only thing that can come up a little bit more are your hips and that other leg. Make this your last one. There's 45 seconds. And then lower yourself all the way down through the ribs, the mid, the lower back, sitting bones open. Nice. From here, you just turn straight onto your side. Doesn't matter which side. I won't say rights and lefts. I always say top and bottom leg. You can come into a folded arm, or you might have a long arm. Depends what's comfortable. But you're foot over foot, knee over knee. Lovely triangular legs. Good. From here, you're going to send your top hip away. Push your bottom leg into the floor and let your top leg float up with ease. It stays 90-90 as you let the knee swing forward and then send the knee directly underneath you. So you're coming into what we call hip extension. So you crease and fold and then you yawn open. And the rest of the body stays lovely and quiet. It's quite supported by the floor. You're not changing how long the front or back of you is. So especially when you send the knee underneath you, you're not flaring your ribs and closing your lower back. Nice. Then you're going to lower and come into 8 clamshell oyster openings. Keep the feet glued together. Keep the pelvis quiet. Externally rotate. Go for 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Then this top leg lengthens all the way out underneath you. Flexing the foot, kicking foot, and you're going to crease and fold, straight leg kicks forward, point and lengthen, it stops directly underneath you. And this is the same as that bent knee version. It's just that we've added on the lower half of your leg. So more of your backline fascia now is connected to the sequence. Good. Have a little shake off. We're going to switch sides. To switch sides, split the legs, bottom leg forward, top leg back, like a running man, and push yourself up. Z sit, switch your Z sit, and then you lie down, but we're never in a space that's big enough, so we always have to shuffle. Our transitions are never as smooth as we'd like them to be. You come down onto your second side now. Have a little wriggle, organize the arms to suit your shoulders. Send the top hip away a little bit so the hips are stacked. Push the bottom leg into the floor, top leg floats with ease. Crease and fold, knee comes forward. Yawn open, send the knee directly underneath you, almost like it's reaching away. And 7. Good. And 6. 5. 4. Keep going. So this is no different to a 90-90 knee float or a bridging hip when you're on your side. Good. The legs come back, the feet stay connected, the top hip reaches away, and we come into clamshell oyster openings. Looking at your external rotation, strengthening through your glute med and min, stabilizing through the pelvis. Last 4, 3, good, 2, and 1. Then we lengthen that top leg long and away. Sideline kick through. We flex in the foot, it comes forward, point and lengthen, stop directly underneath you. Flex and kick, point and lengthen. Remember to keep the rest of the torso, the rest of the body quiet. Not fixed or rigid or still, but quiet. They might have a little bit of movement, but not massive. Alrighty. Split the legs again. Bottom leg forward, top leg back, and push yourself up. Last one here in your Pilates HIIT is to come back into a plank. So we're going to come back into our plank position and we're going to alternate shoulder tapping from our plank. I know, we have to always finish with a little bit of a burner in the PHIIT sessions. So come into a 4-point kneeling and then come into your plank position when you're ready. And I'm going to set the timer properly for this one. Good. Send the heels away from the crown of the head. I'm going to turn around a little bit, and then you're alternating shoulder taps. Big exhales whilst keeping the spine quite quiet. So I've got a little wobble going on. There we go. Good. Long length. Anything going on, you could soften the knees down and go from here. Totally fine. Keep breathing. Crown of the head away from the heels. Tapping through to those shoulders. Big exhales. Good work. There's our timer. Fabulous. Soften the knees down. Big toes come together, knees go wide, push back into your child's pose if comfortable. If not, stay on all fours and have a little stir on forearms and elbows. Great. Well done. We're going to come into all fours, tuck our toes and push back into a low crouch. Again, if that's not for you, come up to standing, however feels comfortable. Drop and relax your head. Let your sitting bones go away behind you. And then drop your heels down, your head down, and your bottom comes up. Lovely. And then unroll all the way up to standing. Good. Nice. And then we're just going to have a little look at some of the boxing kind of material that we can do. Sometimes there's a sound system, but my, I want to say my switchboard, but my board wasn't working with my iPad at the same time this morning. So tech, there's always a solution. We'll find it later. So we're going to come and have a little shake off, come back into parallel, but you can have quite a relaxed stance. From here, we're going to gently take our look up towards the ceiling and then center. Soften, take a little look at your toes and center. Take a peek over your right shoulder and center, and then over your left and center. Soften ear to shoulder. This is always slower and a bit more cautious, tentative, so just check in for you. Lovely. Then we're going to roll the shoulders back for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Soften in the knees. Take a figure of 8 of the hips or circles if that's more comfortable. And then go in the opposite direction, which is kind of like scooping. Good. Lovely. From here, we're just going to take our half jack. So instead of a full burpee, because we're all in different positions, different flats and offices, you're going to take a half jack. So that's where same arm and leg step out. This remaining leg has a soft bend in it. And you can open up a little bit more, which is why we enjoy a half jack, because it actually gives you a little bit of lateral flexion, whereas a burpee often doesn't. A burpee and a jumping jack don't. That's it. Good. Then we're going to come and have a little shake off. We start a little march. The arms come out to the side. They're in your peripheral vision. Make sure you can see them. Take your feet a little bit wider. From here, we're going to go right knee to left elbow. And they both want to come to meet each other, but it's not you dropping down. So try and keep your chest up. And we're just going to do 8, 7, 6, 5. This arm's still reaching away. 3, good, 2, 1. Switch sides and 8, 7, 6, 5. You can add a jump if you want. 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Go for 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. And very predictable. 2s and 2s. And then 8 singles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften here. Bring the legs together. Press the thighs together as well. And take a little squat. When we do our squats with the thighs together, we're working on the outside. You can send your sitting bones back, weight into your heels. And stand. Good. 7 and 6, and 5, 4, open your sitting bones, get your weight back in your heels, no budgie grip with your toes, wriggle your toes, 2, nice, and 1, shake off here. Coming into your jabs, hands come out, bend and soften the fingers in, thumbs come on top. So if you're wearing kit and gloves, that's where your thumbs would be, and they come around your cheekbones. Good. Keep a nice even stance. We're just going to do a jab cross. So your left hand might go first, and then your right. Especially if you're a right-handed boxer, if you're an orthodox boxer, then you're always going to go left, right. Start it, finish it, is what we always say. Start it, finish it. Good. If you're a southpaw, a Rocky Balboa, then you will be right hand first, and the left hand is your big punching shot. So it just depends. In Boxercise and BoxFit, we keep it kind of general. Everyone tries both sides. So these are your jabs. They're palm down, wrist straight out for your chin level. Always sort of one person. You're not fighting an army here. Good. Those are your jabs. Fab. So we're just going to do 8 out in front, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Then our right hand is going to come across our body to the left for 8, 7, 6, 5. That heel can pick up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides and 8, 7, 6. And this just allows us to be a bit more balanced when we do both sides and don't stick to our writing hand. 2, good. 1. Then they're going to go up high on the diagonal for 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other corner. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it low. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other corner. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake out here. Then we're going to go for hooks. Your hooks come across, elbow high at shoulder height, 90-90. So you're coming across the body, side on. Good. Fab. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to duck and weave. So it's just sort of a feel for what we would put into our Boxercise warm-ups, BoxFit. Just our focus is a little bit different, and sometimes the body enjoys that challenge. Similarly, if we were to do animal flow or dance, the focus would be slightly different. So you're ducking and weaving. Good. Then you can highball. So you got to imagine you're in the gym and we run it at the same time if you can, if not march. Arms nice and high. Good. Then we come back down, and if there's space, we do a little bit of leg work. So it's going to look like this. You're going to knee with the right knee, tap down. Side kick to the right, tap down. Good. So it's going to go knee, tap, side kick, tap. And then you need room back behind you, which I don't have, so I would pivot and send the right leg back into a 90-90 lunge and rotate over to the left. Come to center. Reach my arms up and just take a little yawning extension. And step in, and then I'll turn myself around so I've got room. Nice. What about left knee? Knee, tap, side kick, tap. Go again. Knee, tap, side kick, tap. Then I'll turn myself. Step your left leg back if you have room into 90-90. Check what your pelvis is doing. It's so easy to shorten your lower back and open your front. Tuck and tilt your pelvis a little bit. So ribs and pelvis have the same distance. Good. Turn and twist over your right side. And center. Take a little yawning reach back. And center. Step in. Go one more to either side. Bit more pace. So we're going knee, tap, side kick, tap. And knee, tap, side kick, tap. Turn. Step the right foot back. 90-90. Turn and twist over the left. Center, reach back behind you. Center and step in. Switch, go again. Knee, side kick. Knee, side kick. Left leg steps back. Bend in the knees. Take a turn over the right thigh. Center, yawn and reach back. Good. And then have a little shake off. I'm just going to bring you down to release your glutes and release your neck. A few more minutes if you have it. So we're going to come down into all fours and just have a little cat-cow wriggle. And just aware of your time. That does get us in within that half hour, so you can see what we can pack in, but maybe you'd like to explore more of one thing over the other. You're going to send your right leg back, cut it across your left foot. She says, let me move forward. Right leg back, cut it across your left foot, and then you sink back. So it's a bit like yoga pigeon, but we call this our Pilates pigeon. So let me get into that left glute, and you can have a little sway side to side. You can come all the way down. So that right leg is slightly back on the left back diagonal corner. And then we can come back up, shake off. We send the left leg back, cut across the right toes and sink down into the right glute and buttock. And you're very welcome to go for a walk around, to just absolutely soften to the floor, to sway into it. And then come back through. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, push back into a downward dog and pad through the feet. Always bring the knees across the body. If you've got anything going on in the lower back, that will help release it. And then gently walk your hands back towards your feet, get your heels down as soon as you can, relax your head. And unroll, unravel all the way up to standing. We finish with our breathing flow. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, push down in front of you. Inhale, take a big jumper off. Exhale, push the ceiling away. Inhale here. Exhale, hug round, contract over a massive beach ball. Relax your arms, your neck, your jaw. Shake out as much as you want. Listen into your body. And when you're ready, unroll, unravel, and let your spine cascade back in to place.